What is print-on-demand business? Print-on-demand is a process where you work with a supplier to customize white-label products with your own designs to sell them on a per-order basis under your own brand. Before digital printing innovation was presented, there were numerous limitations in the assembling of modest quantities of diaries. Huge print occupations were not an issue, but rather commonly low quantities of printed pages created utilizing stencils and recreating them on a mimeograph or comparable machine during the mid-20th century was an obstruction for nice stockpile productivity. Presently in our 21st century, by virtue of the headway in digitization, innovation and not to fail to remember the biggest business e-commerce, the idea of print-on-request plan of action emerged. The print-on-demand concept is very popular among booksellers and publishers. Although print-on-demand products include T-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, and many other items. The print-on-demand model works on one simple defining principle: print after ordering. Consumers place an order and the product is created only after that order has been made.
An expert named Santiago, who is a shop owner of estate agency, says print-on-demand is the solution for small companies and independent artists to manage their works without having to worry about storage and supply chain up to your customer's hands. As an artist, he added, I create the design and apply it to different products provided by the printer. I personally use Printful. You receive your order from a customer. That order is automatically sent to Printful where it gets printed, packed and shipped. You get a notification and tracking number when the order is shipped and it is delivered to your customer. Based on your selling platform, you should be able to provide all the same details as updated from your printer supplier. How do pod businesses manage their inventory? Paul Davis, owner of Paul Davis Solutions, LLC says, like any other inventory management system, a print-on-demand business needs to plan out how to minimize risk and maximize profits with their inventory. Print-on-demand reduces risk to almost zero, but it also reduces profits. Businesses who are going to use print-on-demand for fulfillment should still consider when to order a print run for high-volume products in order to increase per-item profitability. The pros of print-on-demand: you don't need to print anything in bulk. In print-on-demand, the emphasis is on the on-demand part. The printer will only print the product once it's ordered. This means you don't have to gamble with your money. You won't end up with a huge stock of T-shirts with a design that doesn't sell as well as you'd hoped. You don't need to buy equipment. Your pod partner takes care of the technical side of the printing process. You don't need to buy any expensive printing machines, and you don't need to learn how to print a product either. You can save time on the technical side of running a business. Since your pod partner takes care of the whole technical side of your business, including fulfilling and shipping out your orders, you can concentrate more on the fun side. Invest more time in creating your designs and marketing your store. You can experiment with designs easily. Pod also lets you take more risks with the designs you offer. You can easily add new designs to your store and test if your customers love them or not. Since products are printed on demand, you're not making a huge investment in something that might not sell in the end. If a design isn't as popular as you might like, you can easily remove it from your store. You can experiment with different products. You can experiment not only with designs but also with products. More and more print-on-demand services are expanding beyond the scope of just printing. Print-on-demand is not about only selling graphic tees anymore. Now you can create your own apparel lines for a variety of niche. The cons of print-on-demand: you lose control over the fulfillment process and quality of the products. Just like with any drop shipping service, POD means that you don't see each product yourself, so you have to trust the printer to do their job properly. This is why it's important to test your products before you start selling to see how they look. It's possible that you or your customer might receive a damaged item. It could be a manufacturer's error, fulfillment error, or damage during shipping. There's no denying that these things happen for any product manufacturing business. As you already know, we have quality control that the fulfilled products go through. However, as with everything, we might accidentally let through a defective item. If your customer receives a damaged or defective item because of our mistake, we take full responsibility and cover the error at our expense. You depend on your printing partner for products and their availability. POD companies work with different suppliers to source products or product materials, for example, fabric. This means there are a lot of moving parts, and sometimes products may go out of stock or become unavailable.
Order fulfillment takes longer. Since every product is printed on demand, it takes longer to fulfill orders than it would if you already had available stock. As a store owner, you have to manage your customers' expectations, let them know that each product is printed on demand and that this takes a bit longer than sending out an already made product. Returns management may require more attention. Since you're working with a third-party service, there's more to consider when it comes to dealing with situations where your customers might want to return a product. So make sure you set up a return policy that goes hand in hand with your POD partner's policy.
Order fulfillment takes longer. Since every product is printed on demand, it takes longer to fulfill orders than it would if you already had available stock. As a store owner, you have to manage your customers' expectations, let them know that each product is printed on demand and that this takes a bit longer than sending out an already made product. Returns management may require more attention. Since you're working with a third-party service, there's more to consider when it comes to dealing with situations where your customers might want to return a product. So make sure you set up a return policy that goes hand in hand with your POD partner.